another human manhandle Hammerstone the way EJ and Nduka has, as you see referee Frank Gastineau with the prestigious world title. And Nduka just clobbered Hammerstone with Hammerstone's own world title before this matchup has even officially begun, and just as quickly, it could be over already. EJ has said the age of the Titan has arrived. He's destined to be world champion. It's his passion, it's his purpose, it's his destiny.
So it's simple now. Count of 10 to get to your feet. Now, when a fighter interrupts the count breaks.
Yes. But imagine what these men are going to have to put one another through.
Exactly.
I mean, imagine how much it takes to keep them down for 3 seconds in a pinfall.
It's a great point.
Now we're talking 10 seconds. And now we're talking two of maybe the best conditioned fighters in all the league.
You bring up a great point. You have to beat up your opponent 3 times as badly and more as you would in a normal match. Dynamite point, Joe.
Hammerstone with a dynamite elbow in the corner as he tries to neutralize EJ and Nduka. Hammer's bread and butter has always been his power. We've seen it against Richard Holiday, against Mads Kruger, King Muertes. Oh, slam nicely done. Hammerstone recently beating Bandito, who's one of the hottest athletes in the world right now. He's done it all, every style.
Now, when we talk about styles here, when it comes to a last man standing match, I think it goes beyond the style. It goes to the type of person that you are. What are you willing to do? How are you raised?
Well, Hammerstone has been born and bred to be a champion, and he has represented the league proudly for over a year as EJ sent to the outside.
We're Moscot, and we're a family business. Not like that kind of family business. Come join the family at Moscot.com.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Grubhub delivers convenience items.
Hammer's on top, but his title still hangs in the balance. Last man standing continues. Locations here, no countouts. There must be a winner. And EJ again driving the chair into the rib cage. EJ's done his homework, and he's exploiting Hammerstone. If there are weaknesses, EJ's finding them.
I feel that EJ's a whole sight more sadistic than Hammerstone, but I think Hammerstone has hurt. He has emotion, and hurt can lead to anger, and anger can lead to rage. Trust me, I know.
Hammerstone, a wild swing with one of the championship belts, but nothing doing. EJ sidesteps it, and that's unlike Hammerstone's character to do. That's not something we normally see from the champion.
Oh my God. Talk about, again, last man standing, and I don't mean to point out the obvious, but if your lower lumbar and your back are compromised, it can be a hard time standing.
This just in, league officials have signed a hoss fight. Willie Mack versus Calvin Tankman next week. Cannot wait for that confrontation. If your ribs are injured, it's going to compromise your breathing, and that's going to turn the lights out quicker as this match gets deeper.
And there's also, if you are aware and you are ambulatory, maybe you don't want to answer the count. You don't want anymore. There's so many different things that go into a last man standing match.
Hammerstone, a wild swing, and you saw that fierce scowl on the face of EJ and Nduka, who lifts Hammerstone up.
You're seeing a strategy here. Clear as day, and Nduka is a wise man. The spine. How do you chop a tree? Okay? Simple and basic. Yeah. And Nduka is a smart man.
Hammerstone is over 250 pounds, and EJ elevated Hammerstone effortlessly. And EJ is talking trash.
Now, the mental game, though. We talked about, is there a fragile psyche with Hammerstone? I'm just speculating. But if there is, EJ's doing as much as he can to try to expose that.
Notice EJ wasn't looking for a count from the referee. He didn't stand back and let Gastineau do his job. That was strictly a psych-out game by EJ, looking to inflict more punishment. But Hammer creates distance, and that could lead to opportunity.
Oh, one-footed from all the way up there.
Hammer connects, but you gotta wonder what damage Hammer did to himself, as again he favors the back immediately. And Hammer, the kendo stick. Or in South Philly, maybe the Singapore cane, depending on your terminology. Either way, it will sting, it will welt, and it will cause damage.
Yeah, so I've been hacked to pieces by that thing in my career. Those little bamboo shoots, they open and close, they bite your flesh.
EJ backing up, and
You see we see the little black ring at the end of the stick. It's pushed all the way up. That means that those blades are wide open. That stuff hurts.
wait a minute. Hammerstone is looking to elevate EJ and Nduka on this reinforced steel staging.
Hammerstone just took a quick peek to see where he was, and that's all the opportunity EJ needed. And just like that, the momentum turns.
EJ again overwhelms Hammerstone, and what a thud!
Yep. And continuing the strategy on the back. Now the count.
I have never seen anyone handle Hammerstone with such ease. And we talked about the 500-pound bench press, the 1,000-pound plus leg press, and the count is at 6. We could be 3 seconds away, but Hammerstone to a knee. EJ's pulled out a couple of those spare ring boards from under the ring and some chairs as well. Again, perfectly legal in this environment.
If EJ keeps Hammer down, EJ can walk through the MLW locker room and he can look at anyone he wants in the eye and be like, what? What are you going to do? What? That's a dangerous scenario.
And if EJ becomes World Heavyweight Champion, what does that mean to his tag team championship partnership with Calvin Tankman and Hustle and Power? That's a question we'll have to approach.
Wow. That was just a straight shot. And EJ's not playing.
One other thing to keep in mind, Matt,
sir?
You know, watching somewhere, Battle Riot winner Jacob Fatu, because he's got a title shot in his future, regardless of who wins this match.
That is the looming, ominous, dark cloud that is Jacob Fatu.
And now EJ.
Look, Hammer, the back.
Yeah. Looming over Hammerstone.
This is going to be it. A trauma to the back with one of these boards.
Hammer puts the brakes on. Oh!
Ref, you got to get in there, man. And when does it become about tomorrow? When does it become about the rest of your career? When does it come about, do you want to be 60 years old and playing with your grandkids or not being able to move?
Well, I don't know if the official has the power to stop this without a 10 count. Hammerstone could stay down now, and nobody would blame him. Nobody would shortchange him.
I know the officials are instructed by league officials to use caution when throwing a match like this out. You know, this has to have a winner.
Yeah, if this match were stopped without Hammerstone being soundly defeated, Hammerstone would go on a warpath.
Oh, looks like that's where we're heading right now. Remember, it's last man standing, and just from the pictures on your screen, you know,
a steel chain. And man,
this works.
That wood board just disintegrated under Hammerstone. Reminded me of that.
What about semantics? Last man standing. What if you physically can't get to your feet because of whatever the reason is?
Oh, well, that would count.
Right.
I mean, EJ and Nduka, to your point, maybe he realizes he can't beat Hammerstone into unconsciousness or into a willful quitting of this matchup.
Or Hammer's now defenseless.
Yeah.
So now he can beat him into unconsciousness.
And Matt noticed that EJ's intentionally exposed that rib area again.
Good point. I didn't even realize that. EJ could have chained Hammer's arms anyway. Instead, he chose to do that. Again, a dynamite point by you.
And Hammerstone, I believe he's been tied to one of the support beams under a ring skirt.
It's brilliant. I'm sorry, unethical, moral, it's brilliant.
It is within the rules. You can't dispute this.
Oh, so all of a sudden now you're not clutching your pearls because it's within the rules.
Matt, there's no disqualification.
The rule of law.
It's different than somebody from the outside being involved. It's two men who agreed to the stipulation. And Hammerstone's freed himself.
There's power.
Yeah, Hammerstone will not be denied. Hammerstone up at 7.
Look at this, it's biblical. It's Samson rising to his feet, and here we go.
Those red blood cells are boiling now. Hammerstone fires himself up and unloading with rights on EJ and Nduka.
We talked about the mental state of Hammerstone, and now he is fired up. Emotions running high, on the move, and here we go.
Explosion with a clothesline. This is what makes Hammer different. What makes him special. What makes him perhaps the greatest MLW World Champion of all time.
Whoa, bold statement.
I know Jacob Fatu would argue that, but that's a story for another day right now. Hammer's got to escape last man standing with his title intact, if he can.
Can Hammer get dark enough? Is there a place of pain inside this young man? This is a young man, you have to look at him. He's had an easy life, he's had things handed to him. Is there enough pain in Hammerstone?
Matt, you know it's lonely at the top. Hammerstone's won the hard way.
And I don't want to diminish his accomplishments, but listen, you and I both know when you look like that, doors open up for you.
But it's Hammerstone who breaks down those doors with one swift kick and takes command like he's doing now. EJ through the wire.
Oh, that was a bad landing for EJ.
Yeah, not just the back, but I think the back of the head of EJ connected as well. And the count is on, and Hammerstone, even if he can't put EJ away, a much-needed breather.
Think of the simple thing that we all do. Getting out of bed in the morning. That takes far more than 10 seconds for all of us, unless you're a 9-year-old.
And we're at 7, 3 seconds away from a definitive conclusion. 9. Oh, there you see the athleticism of EJ.
The synapse is sure fired there.
Popping up and half a second.
Oh, jumping pump kick, and Nduka is down again. And just like that, Hammerstone will not quit. This is smart. Continue to compound the damage.
Can Hammerstone hit this? The first 2 times came up empty, but it's Hammers.
He's got him up.
Calling card. Nightmare pendulum.
Another rough landing.
And Hammerstone gonna stack up the wreckage. And the official continues counting because Hammerstone's not making contact with EJ.
It's up to 6.
Almost a,
Now we're into the 3 seconds you were talking about. Take 3 seconds to win a match. Here we are.
Hammerstone.
It's over.
Has successfully defended the championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your and still MLW World Heavyweight Champion.